Here's the top, and I'm getting ready to apply some stain to it. I've decided to use a gel stain. A couple reasons. There's some inconsistencies in the color of this wood, and I can get better control of the gel stain because it basically sits on top of the wood, which is nice. I've also sanded this down to 400 grit and put a 1 pound wash coat of shellac and then sanded that off very lightly. So I should be able to control all the blotchiness and the color. So I just want to apply this, just swirl it on with the cotton rag. Make sure I get a nice even coat on it all the way around. Once I get this completely covered, I'll go back and wipe it with the grain to even it out and make sure that I have even coverage. Well, here's the top with the gel stain on it. I've got it pretty well evened out. There's still some things I don't like about it, and I'm going to let this dry for about 6-7 hours, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to go over it again. Again, I have no problem doing that. I just want to make sure that the color on this is consistent. Well, I actually ended up giving this 24 hours to dry, and I'm going to be putting polyurethane on it simply because of the nature of the piece. It's going to see some use as a writing desk, not just a piece of furniture to set away in a corner. So the mixture here is regular polyurethane. It's a high gloss, and I've mixed it with half naphtha. And I'm just simply going to put it on a paper towel here. Actually, it's a shop towel. I'm just going to make one even stroke all the way across. And I just need to build up the finish with 3 or 4 coats on it. Well, I've got 2 coats of the wiping varnish on here, and what I like to do after the second coat and all the subsequent coats is just take some fine steel wool and just lightly knock down all the nibs that might be in the finish and smooth it out. And then I'll keep doing this again. I'll probably put between 5 to 7 coats on it. It really depends on how well this builds up. Well, I ended up putting about 6 coats of the wiping varnish on here, and it came out very nice and flat. There are a few dust nibs, and I do need to get rid of those, and I do need to rub out the surface. I want to have this semi-gloss, high-gloss shine, and so the first thing I want to do is, I've got a sanding block with some 600 grit sandpaper. I just want to very lightly go over this. And I'm not even putting any pressure on, I'm just letting the weight of the sanding pad glide over the surface. Now I've got that sanded down, I just want to wipe off any of the dust that was on there from that. Just rub my hand over it and see if there's any other spots or any spots that I might have missed. I'm looking for is a very smooth finish, and I've got that. So the next step, so I'm going to take some quadruple aught steel wool, or fine steel wool. I'm just going to put a little soapy water on it. And I'm just going to continue to rub this out. Again, not a lot of pressure. It doesn't take a lot of water to do this either. I'm just going to wipe off the water with a clean rag. Now the next step in the process, I'm going to be using some wax over it. And again, I like to use brie wax for this. And what I'm going to do is just put this on. A nice circular motion. And what the steel wool and water does, it leaves very fine scratches in there. Typically too small for the human eye. And this wax will help fill those a little bit. And give me the shine that I'm looking for. Typically I don't put wax over polyurethane, but this time I am. I've got a coating of the wax on. I will let this sit for maybe about a half hour or so and dry completely before I try to buff it out. I've gotten all the excess wax buffed off this, and the finish came out very, very well. It's very smooth. It's a nice semi-gloss, which is not what I wanted to do, but what the recipient of this desk wanted. So I just need to do the rest of the piece this way, attach the top, and put the hardware on. Well, here's the finished piece with the drawers installed, the hardware, and the top on. All in all, I'm very pleased with the way this turned out. It took me a lot of time to do it. A couple reasons: the turnings I'm not very good at. Second thing is I really did it without any plans. I kind of built it on the fly, but you know, I do that a lot. So I really like the way the cock beading is on this, especially around the drawers where the cock beading itself doesn't interfere with the dovetails and has a nice solid look. I really like that. It was a good choice on the hardware. Everything came out very nice. If you have any questions on this, please let me know.